You ignored the message that I sent just finding the rules.
You're just making up rules as you go along.
Brush your teeth.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Premier Cheese YouTube channel. We are today doing not a combined 11, an XI, just normal XI.
Just 11s.
A Z.
This week,
That's how you pronounce it.
you will notice that in the following weeks, we're going to be wearing the exact same thing. It's because we're getting as many recordings as we can in before lockdown, which I believe is in 2 days from day recording.
Whoop, whoop.
So the first under 21, the first 11 we're going to do, boys, is going to be the best under 21 Premier League players, right?
Yeah.
Which, weirdly, despite the fact being under 21, counts as 21. 21 and under is what counts towards 11.
Yeah.
Formation is going to be a 4-3-3.
What about 22?
No. And I know we've discussed this beforehand, that you're going to try and do something which is unheard of in breaking the rules on the first episode of the 11. But
Oh, wait, hold on.
that's fine.
Did you say before record that Trent has turned 22 now?
Trent has turned 22.
Oh, box.
Oh, damn.
Okay, right, okay.
First off, goalie. We only put one because it's Ilan Meslier, and you've
Aaron
put
Ramsdale.
it's not Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale's 22. He's 22.
But he was 21 this year.
But I said of the time when we made this thing was about a week before this recording.
You didn't tell me that. I ignored the message.
You ignored the message that I sent just finding the rules. You can't just make your own rules.
He's 22. He's close enough.
No, it's not. It's 21.
He can play for another 21.
To be fair,
He's
you were
21 and
21 last year. You could probably be
Jack, you put Meslier, haven't you?
I put Messi.
Yeah, so he wins regardless because we're not having someone who's 22 and breaks the rule of the 11. We're not doing this in the first episode of doing this.
We are good at this.
But yeah,
format.
2 clean sheets, 13 conceded. I think it's a bit over what his XG is, which is 12.75.
And Ramsdale.
No, shut up. Shut up. Ilan Meslier is our goalie. Starter for Leeds.
He's the only one that.
Quite good for a goalie to be a star at 20. Just saying.
Yeah, true. And he's the only one who's
What
actually
about
in
new
21.
Burnley goalkeeper Will Norris from Wolves? Does he count?
I think he's still 23. I
Oh,
think he's like 23,
That was the
24
only
still.
other young goalkeeper I was vaguely aware of. How old's Mendy for Edouard Mendy?
I think he's 23.
Oh,
So, right back.
I had Trent, but apparently he's not 21.
No, he's 22. So you've the first 2 options you picked have both broken the rules.
So I definitely didn't pick Trent, obviously, because it's not written on my head.
Okay, do you want to know who I picked? Who was...
I'm going to go with Reece James.
I picked Reece James.
Oh, then I might change to Tariq Lamptey.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You've lost again because it's 2-1.
That's not how democracy works.
Yes, it is how it works. You had the choice there to be right and pick who everyone else was picking, but then you went, no, I'm going to be wrong and pick a
Tariq
different
Lamptey's better
answer.
than Reece James.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
Let me speak some straight facts here. Reece James, 2.5 tackles per game in the Prem.
Stats mean bollocks.
Which
all.
goes, yes it does. This entire basis of doing this 11 is based on facts, not just your hunch and the fact you want to add a year to this.
He's not very happy with you.
He's not. I feel like he's going to be above my entire team.
Especially centre midfield.
What have you got?
What? We're doing a video.
Sorry.
In
Right, Reece James gets in.
central defence.
2.5 tackles per game.
Oh, okay.
Goes at the 6th in Champions League. 1.3 key
He's
passes.
doing the stats.
3rd after Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell in the Chelsea squad. Just
Wow.
have you know. So centre back's another issue that there aren't many players in it. And I feel we may have picked the same one or picked them based on not enough experience.
I think your centre back is actually more a right back.
Who?
The one that we don't have the same.
I don't know what you've got.
You've got Ampadu as well.
Yes, even
I've got Ampadu,
I've
I
got.
got one right.
even though he didn't do well at Leipzig.
I've got Ampadu and I've got Ampadu and Fofana.
I've got Fofana as well.
Yeah, L's got Tanganga, who I think is more of a right back.
He's a centre back. He's been playing centre back for.
Does he?
Spurs
I
last
thought he
season.
was a right. I thought he was a right
I
back.
think he played both, but I think he's more.
Is he
centre
under
back.
20? Is he 21
He's 20.
He's very young.
Oh.
He's very young.
He's 22.
I don't think he's played this season then.
So?
Well, no,
So, don't you play?
Well, to be fair, I think he only played a lot last season just because Spurs had a lot of injury problems at the back.
Yeah, I think
Player, though.
even Ampadu probably got on this based on the fact there weren't many centre back options.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, who's under 21?
But from Wesley Fofana?
Yeah, for fun.
Wesley Fofana did well, say
I mean,
it was a regular start for them before he
Considering he's 19 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very young.
I mean, yeah, he's a good player, but I liked the lean.
I think it's much more difficult to be a young defender than it is to be a young forward because I think there's a lot less pressure on a young.
Yeah, and I
forward.
think you need more experience to be a starting centre back, which is
Because
why forwards were a bit more difficult for us.
I remember Villa during our baddies before we got relegated. We had a very young defence in it, and it was very and it didn't work out very well. With was it a Kieran Clark and Nathan Baker as a defensive back two, and they were both quite young at the time.
But they were just not
They weren't really
as
up.
good as.
Well, they weren't really up to it. Because,
Okay.
well, yeah.
So left back, we've got Wesley Fofana and Ethan Ampadu as our centre backs. Left back, I already know what you two picked, so I'm outvoted on this one. I lost this one, but I picked Ryan Aït-Nouri.
Yeah, because you're a Wolves fan.
Yeah, because I'm a Wolves fan. Sorry, 100% scored in his debut. Scores in every game he plays.
Actually, again, in that case, I put Matt Target as my left back.
Yeah, I put a different left back.
I put Saka.
I've lost this because I'm outvoted, but Ryan Aït-Nouri, I'll back him up. 17 games in Liga, 3 assists for the rest of the season. He started for Angers.
But this is the under-21 for the Premier League.
Yeah.
I know, but it's a new sign. You got to base it off just what skill level, and the fact he did it in Liga.
In a farmers league.
I think
you can say every league's a farmers league,
No,
Ellis.
you
You say Bundesliga is a farmers league.
Nah, I disagree with that.
they do have farms in Germany, I think.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yes, I mean, every league's a farms league. Every league's a farms league with its farms. I think Saka looks very exciting.
So we're going with Saka, based on the fact I'm outvoted, even though
he's a good player.
he doesn't have a goal-to-game ratio like Ryan Aït-Nouri does in the Premier League.
You could probably say that about some crappy Championship player who went on loads Premier Leagues. Leave on one
No, I'm
season,
pretty sure, I think
game.
that's what Villa fans did when Tim Sherwood won his first game for Villa. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah, exactly.
win ratio second to none.
He's great. Fantastic
Okay.
player.
I'll fold on that, and we've got our defence of Reece James, Ethan Ampadu, Wesley Fofana, and Bakary Saka.
Yes.
I'm just reading out my list, so I was going to Ryan Aït-Nouri and Ilham Meslier in goal.
Is his first name actually Bakary? As in like Bakary Saka as well as Bakary Saka?
I think it's, I don't know. I might have just said Bakary Saka.
I think it's Bakary.
I think it's Bakary, yeah.
Maybe it's bakery, just like cakes.
We should have prepared for this better.
Right.
Yeah.
Midfield, a bit more difficult. It gets difficult the more we go up this season. The 11. So defensive mid, I put Declan Rice.
Yeah, I'll go Declan Rice there as well.
Yeah, that works for me.
I think...
He is a good boy.
Although it might as well go to Declan Rice, so Declan Rice is what we want now.
No, Declan Rice when you put him in the oven.
Yes.
And mix him with yeast. Ooh.
Declan Rice, so I think he's been 20 for like 5 years, it's felt like.
Yeah, he's 21, is he? I think.
I think he's still 20. I think he's still 20.
Yeah, I think he's.
I might be wrong, but he does go by the status of what
He's
we're doing this
at
level.
least 3 years younger than all of us. And 5 years younger than you.
Oh shit.
You old boy.
Yeah, but
we're getting old.
Declan
we're getting
Rice, 86.1% pass completion, the most in the West Ham squad. He also, for some reason,
To be fair, West Ham aren't exactly.
meets the third most dribbles in a West Ham squad as well, which is quite interesting. Yeah,
West Ham.
They don't really have dribbling wingers apart from like Felipe Anderson.
it's interesting for the defensive mid to do that. Well, I think he's probably the best defensive mid who is under 21 in the Premier League. It's obviously why we put him in. Defensive midfield probably.
Douglas Luiz, not 21.
I was thinking about putting him in. He is 21, but I left because he's at the same role as Declan Rice. So.
Yeah, I said Declan Rice is better than Douglas Luiz.
Now, centre mid 2. Now, these are very attacking centre mid 2 for me. I have put Kai Havertz and Phil Foden.
I have put Kai Havertz and Phil Foden.
I have Phil Foden in my team, but he's on the wing.
Okay. Do you have Kai Havertz in your team?
I have no.
You don't have Kai Havertz.
Well, I've got two options for myself. I've got Matty Longstaff.
Which is
He's a good player.
Which is the least brave choice of the two.
Okay.
And
And then my sort of more attacking option would be Jesse Lingard.
Who's 25 or something
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure he's 21.
and then you've also got Adebayo Akinfenwa.
Right. Good for us that Alice has lost that.
Yeah. So
Okay, no, I put Guy Havertz, and Matty Longstaff is the other one.
You gotta put Matty Longstaff.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you put Phil Foden in centre mid.
I'll put I'll put Phil Foden on the left side of an attacking two attacking midfielders in the middle.
Okay. So we put Phil Foden and Kai Havertz as our midfield 2, as our more attacking midfield 2. I think Phil Foden was maybe. I think Kai Havertz was just nailed on, mainly due to the fact that he stopped for making his debut, not money as well, but for making his debut in the Bundesliga, has got 36 goals and 25 assists in 115 games, which is a goal or assist every 147 minutes.
Those are some big numbers that he just said.
Which is mental.
It's mental.
Because I was surprised. I thought he was like 24 or something. I was surprised when it actually was 20.
What on his birthday? That's what he would.
No,
that's when he would turn 20 on his birthday.
No, I'm surprised he was 20. I thought he was 24.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a bit older.
I feel like I've known about him for longer than he's been around.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the transfer rumours for Kai Havertz going to Chelsea, I feel like they were around a while.
Yeah, true.
There was like a whole saga.
Okay, do you want to say anything about Phil Foden? How good he is?
Yeah, he's alright.
He's a right winger, so I'm not saying.
Do you want to say anything about Phil Foden?
Phil Foden is a good boy. He's cool.
He's a special English talent,
He's
and he's
cool.
going to have a very
I give
bright
him a
future.
thumbs up.
He's cool.
He's down with the kids.
He's from Manchester.
He knows those. He knows that kids speak.
Right.
He puts those abbreviations on text.
So our midfield three: Declan Rice, Phil Foden, and Kai Havertz, which is pretty decent actually. So our attacking three.
I feel like this is good. This is where we're going to.
This is going to be a lot of different
arguing.
combinations here. I'm going to, based on the fact that I know you haven't put him, and I'm going to be outvoted with this. I've put Pedro Neto.
Yeah, nah. Just 'cause
Yeah.
he plays for Wolves, you put him in. If he played for any other
No,
team,
no,
you
he's-
wouldn't even know about
Pedro
him.
Neto. I will say this on camera. He is going to be a special talent. He's going to be something else.
Going to be.
And he is at the moment, but
Yeah.
he's good at the moment
Yeah,
for
I-
an under-21
yeah,
player.
okay.
I think he's going to be a star player in about 3 or 4 years.
He's
time.
no Dwight McNeil.
He's still a little bit raw.
Goal or assist every 54 games last season. Minutes, sorry. 154
So
games.
every-
154
Wow.
minutes that
So he's
season.
never scored.
And he's got 1 goal and 2 assists this season. I think he's great. Everything good. Even against West Ham, he was probably our best attacking outlet when we lost 4-0.
Yeah.
But he was still decent. He's been great in every game I've seen him in.
Yeah, but
He's good for his age, but I think he's got a lot. He's
this
he's
is a
still.
21 squad, so everyone's got to be good for their age to get into it. But
Yeah, it's true. I take back that
So
point.
who have you put instead of Pedro Neto?
Okay, slightly.
oh, Phil Foden.
Oh, right.
Right.
Pedro Neto might be getting in here.
Is this on the left hand side?
Right hand side.
Oh, right hand side. Oh.
But I have got.
You put it on the right hand side. I thought it was a left winger.
You can play both. You can play both.
Okay, on the right hand side, I put Mason Greenwood.
I've put him up top.
Oh, I put Mason Greenwood
Although I
at
do
top.
have 2 other wingers because I thought Phil Foden might be playing in midfield as well. So I've got Dwight McNeil and Hudson-Odoi.
Okay, so you put
right.
who you put at top? Greenwood.
Yes.
You put Greenwood at top. So that means Greenwood get at top because I put it at top.
Yeah. And I've got one on the left wing. I've got Hudson-Odoi on the left, and I've got Eddie Nketiah up top.
Okay. So Mason Greenwood gets in
I'm a bit gutted.
based on the fact that we both put him at striker, so he gets in
And
as
he's in your
striker.
team. as well,
I'm a
then
bit
different.
gutted that Nketiah doesn't get in either of your teams. I think he's really, really good.
But we've got a great technicality here.
He's no Mason
That-
Greenwood though.
We've got a great technicality here that your right wing is already playing centre mid for us.
Yes.
Your right wing is
He's
playing
playing
striker for us, which means the only other option is Pedro
Hudson-Odoi.
Neto. No, he wasn't in your 11.
Yeah, he is.
Pedro,
Yeah,
where? Left wing?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We can
No. Right wing. So Pedro
Oh,
Neto,
oh.
right wing!
I disagree with that.
Based on the greatest technicality
I feel like
I've
this-
ever seen in
This
my
video,
life.
this video is a fast. Can we delete this
Hudson-Odoi
one?
right wing, Greenwood up top, Dwight McNeil left wing. Let's move
No.
on.
No, Pedro Neto right wing. That's
I
the only
disagree
thing.
with this.
He's the only person available that any of us put at right wing.
It doesn't have to be the specific position.
I mean, it does. This is how this 11
You're
works.
just making up rules as you go along.
You were as well, but I'm the host, and that's the difference because mine stand.
I do the podcast.
Right, so Pedro Neto and Mason Greenwood as right wing and striker. So left wing, who have you put at left wing?
Dwight McNeil.
I put Dwight McNeil.
I put Hudson-Odoi.
Which you should be on the right wing.
What, Dwight McNeil should?
No, Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi, he cuts in off the left onto his right foot.
He can play right wing too.
Yeah, but
So
he,
can Pedro Neto.
yeah,
Pedro
but
is the only person anyone put at right wing who isn't already in the team.
But
so,
he's disgraceful.
so our front three then is Greenwood, McNeil, and Neto.
Pedro Neto, yes. I'm very happy with this. I
Yeah,
think a bit to say about.
I don't think you saw it coming. I don't think you saw it coming.
I saw the technicality in my head and my mind just clicked. There was just a moment where I went, Pedro Neto can get in this.
How can I shoehorn a Wolves player into the squad? Oh, Pedro Neto's young. Get in.
Pedro Neto's good though, man. He's so good. But also, let's say a bit about Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood, 114 minutes for every goal assist last season, which is pretty
He is
decent.
good.
Came out of the blocks. Mostly as a sub, but obviously he's playing right mid, but I'm playing as striker because
Yeah,
he
he's
can play
a
as striker.
striker.
But also, all the other strikers tend to be not that good under 21. In the Premier League.
Nketiah, who is
I was feeling like Brewster as well.
Is he only 20? I thought he was like 22.
I think he's just 21. I think-
Brewster's not had enough Premier League experience.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Especially
for most of the
compared to
strikers.
other, but that's why I picked Nketiah because Nketiah they played him a lot at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's been loaned out a little in Nketiah, but like they have actually played him in a fair bit. Especially this season, they're playing a lot of their youth players, like Saka as well, and it's working because they're playing quite well. Yeah, that's my point. End of sentence.
I think the last thing I'll say about Dwight McNeil is that I feel sorry for him being the one flair player in that Burnley side.
Hey, they've got
Well, on the plus side, when
Chris
when Burnley get relegated at the end of this season, he'll get bought by someone for about 30 million. So that's a saving grace. He won't be there. He won't be there next season because Burnley is shit.
Right, sorted. So our final 11, we'll just go through it one more time. Ilan Meslier, Reece James, Ethan Ampatoon, Wesley Fofana, Bakary Saka,
I'm going to Google this.
Declan Rice, Phil Foden,
Jesse
Kai
Lingard.
Havertz, Pedro Neto, Mason Greenwood, Dwight McNeil.
But it's actually Bukayo Saka.
Oh, is it?
It's not Bakary Saka. It's not Bakary Saka. It's Bukayo Saka. He can play as a left winger, right winger, or left back for Premier
Should
League.
we put him at right wing instead?
No, you shouldn't put him there. Pedro Neto, the only one.
So,
yeah, but if we put him at right wing, you can put Mate Nori as left back. Which one do you want?
Oh no! I'll have both. Ryan Nathan or wing manager.
They could pick an under-21s manager. Frank Lampard's probably the closest. Scott Parker could be the manager.
No, Mark Delaney. He's the Villa under-21s manager.
Yeah, but he's under-21.
Yeah, but he's an under-21s manager.
I picked my former under-9s manager for Beauty Town.
I pick my...
Right, I'm stopping this.
We're
We're going so off topic.
16 manager for Oxford.
Anyway, that was our 11, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe to the Premier Cheese channel. And please watch 2 Up Top, which is getting fully into full swing. Jack and me in the latest episode won quite a few games.
And listen to the podcast.
Do that as well, maybe.
Brush your teeth.
Podcast is better than...
But it's all over.
I'm stopping it on. Brush your teeth, amigo.
It's ended there.